Greetings! My last episode came from all the way over in Armenia, and if you haven't watched it, it was a total dog end of a game, so I wouldn't bother. Never mind, I'm back in England, and I'm sure that this week's game is going to be an absolute humdinger. In the south of England, between Bristol and London, lies a triangle of towns bursting with blandness. But they are not without their talking points. Newbury has its famous racecourse, Basingstoke has its indoor skydiving thing, and Andover has scaffolding. Lots of scaffolding. Jeez, that's a lot of scaffolding. Anyway, in between these three relentlessly tedious towns is a sublime patch of rural England, filled with quaint villages and meandering rivers. It's exactly what Americans think the whole country looks like. This is St Mary Bourne. A little bit down the road is Hurstbourne Tarrant, not named after Chris, I'm afraid. Tarrant is an Old English word for a fast-moving river. Somewhere in the midst of all these, sitting on the River Test, is the village of Whitchurch. There isn't a great deal here except for the silk mill, which you can't actually see because you have to buy a ticket, and I couldn't be bothered, so here's some ducks. Right, we better get to the game, hadn't we? Come on then. I'm going to introduce the away side first this week for a change. Cove Football Club possibly have the shortest name in football, maybe except for Bury. Situated near Farnborough, the club are nicknamed the Wasps due to their yellow and black kit, an idea they absolutely didn't steal from Watford. They started life kicking around various leagues within Aldershot, and then moved to county level football in Surrey. After a bit of league rejigging in 2023, Cove were placed in the Wessex League Division 1, currently level 10 in the English football pyramid. Whitchurch United play at the Longmeadow Stadium. In days of yore, there was a Whitchurch Albion and a Whitchurch Rovers. In 1903, the two teams decided to pool their resources and fight together, and they merged to form Whitchurch United, which didn't make the blindest bit of difference. Since then, they've spent most of their history bouncing from the top of the Hampshire League to the bottom of the Wessex League. But they're not bottom anymore. Look at the table. Whitchurch United are top and absolutely flying. 10 wins from 11 is not to be sniffed at, and with an average of 3 goals per game, we're bound to see some goals today. Cove are currently 11th, and they've scored a few as well. Yes, this week I've specifically picked a game that's almost guaranteed to be packed with goals, thrills and action. So, spoiler alert. So as the players enter the pitch, let's go through the lineups. As usual, don't expect too many familiar names. Whitchurch's top scorer, Brazilian Danilo Pereira, has 11 goals this season. He's not the Danilo Pereira who currently plays for Rangers, or the Danilo Pereira who used to play for PSG. Just so we're clear. Number 10, Charlie Oakley, is Cove's top scorer with 10. Other goal scorers this season include Nathan Connolly, who has since signed for Yateley, and William O'Kine-Peters, who doesn't seem to have played for several weeks. The game kicks off and Cove take the initiative. You won't notice it on this video, but there does appear to be a significant slope towards the Whitchurch goal. Cove number 11 Hampson looks like a real menace. Cove get plenty of possession around the Whitchurch box, but there's little end product. And when Whitchurch do attack, they show much more cutting edge. Despite Cove grabbing the bull by the horns, I'd bet on Whitchurch scoring first. and on 90 minutes they nearly do. A perfect cut across the 6-yard box lands at the feet of Field, who has an open goal. 5 minutes later, the breakthrough. And it's a great move as well. Goalkeeper Furman takes a short goal kick, and a brilliant counter-attack ends with the perfect cross for Alfie Jones. Cove continue to press, but with better finishing from Whitchurch, they should already be 2-0 down, and their lack of end product becomes a frustration. The Cove players are becoming noticeably more tetchy as the game goes on. There were no significant chances for the remainder of the first half. The second half begins in the same vein. Cove are trying to break down the stubborn Whitchurch defence, and Whitchurch know they're not going to. The game becomes a rather tedious affair. Play breaks down before either team could get into the final third, and the ball spends a lot of time in midfield. It doesn't help that Cove are playing with the sun in their eyes, and an increasingly tired Whitchurch side are almost playing uphill. Cove's players are becoming visibly annoyed at their inability to make any headway. As the two teams boot the ball haplessly between each other, the game sinks into another lull. There's a hawk circling overhead, and frankly I'm having more fun observing that. But as we move in, oh thank God there's a punch up. Zoom in.
Yes, keep it going! Over here! Over here and do it!
I'm not supposed to advocate violence on this channel, but it does tend to brighten up a rather dull game. And at least it gives us something to talk about. After a small flurry of yellow cards, it's business as usual. A few more chances come and go until the referee blows for full time. Whitchurch obviously remain at the top of the division and Cove move down to 11th. So once again, not the thriller I was hoping for. Still, it's officially the last day of summer, and this will be my last chance to do my usual post-match drive around the villages before we enter daylight savings time. Here's some more of Hurstbourne Tarrant. And here's something nice to finish on, this sunset I found just by the village of Tangley. In this solidly middle class part of the world, football is low on the agenda. The people who live here, many of whom are exhausted from a week's labour in the big smoke, have better things to do, like stare at this gorgeous view. It's not bad, is it? Thank you for watching.